Good morning, little red hen. Well, I would let her and take you out here to the garden, but she's going the other way. So I'll take you out here to the garden this morning. Have to have a few flowers in the garden. I need to come out here and pick those heads off and throw the seeds back down. But I haven't done it. Been in there sowing. And I showed you before, but that's where the corn was. But it's all gone now. We're going to plant some peas out here just pretty quick. Got a few sunflowers. Not many. That one's just almost ready. Its head's all drooping down. Got some red ones. Over there is 4 o'clock. Let me see if I can zoom it in without walking over there. There's my 4 o'clocks. And there's the sunflower head. And I don't want to make you dizzy. There's another one. I'm going to back it up. There's my Heidi dog. She's out here with me this morning. We'll walk over here where the tomatoes are. Somebody asked me last night how many tomato plants I had. I may just have to count them again and tell you. They need picked, I know they do. And there's some ripe ones down there. Zoom in on that pretty red one down there. We can find, there it is. That one needs picked. And these need picked, and I do need to can a few tomatoes. Clear my throat. I hadn't talked much this morning and just kind of not real clear talking. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a lot of tomato plants. That whole row is tomatoes. It's nice out here. If y'all don't mind, we'll just walk up through here. They're not the healthiest tomato plants, but they're making some tomatoes, and I'll have some to can. Oh, there's another pretty red one right there. Need that one for lunch with the bacon and tomato sandwich. There's some more pretty ones. And oh yeah, bunch of weeds, bunch of little weeds. Let's cut through here. And they're mulch. These tomato plants are mulch, but the weeds still kind of come up. But there's the rest of them. Now we're going to see if we can get this way. More weeds. Here's a pea patch. A few peas. If I can find any peas on them. And there's another weed. Some big weeds. Well, I was trying to find a way through here. Let me just step over them. There's my okra. Terry actually come out here the other day and kind of pruned it back because the leaves were getting so big you couldn't see the okra. Oh, I see one down there. There's one okra pod. And I do have a whole row of okra. All the way down to the other end. And there's the sweet potatoes there. That's some field corn. You leave it out here until it gets dry. And then you could feed it to the chickens, or you could grind it up and make cornmeal. I've made hominy just a couple times, not many times. Just showing you all the way around. Well, there comes Heidi. Which way do we go? I'll just walk this way with you. Because there's some more garden over on the other side of that corn. Not a lot. This is what, July the 20th. And things are not as good as they was earlier. And I'm just not seeing peas on these peas yet. Can y'all hear that guinea? I hear a guinea. The grasshoppers aren't bad out here, and I actually think the guineas are keeping the Gary's house population down. But look, about time I say that, I see one. I see a grasshopper right there eating on my peas. You see a big old grasshopper. It's hiding behind there. Hiding behind there eating my peas. And I don't think I got the camera where you could see it. A lot of weeds. More weeds. They tell me there's something you can do with that to eat it, but I don't know what it is. What is that, pigweed? Is that what they call that? I don't know all my weeds. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, but I'm not an expert on anything. That's more okra. We need okra and tomatoes for lunch. Well, I'm to the end of the row. Still got a pile of compost up here. Just Calvineer and such. I'll turn you around just a little bit. This video may be getting a little long, and I still wanted to take you down to where I had some of my canyons stored. So I tell you what, I'm going to stop for now, and I'll meet you back in the house in a minute. Find the stop button here. I'll meet you in the house in a minute. Well, I'm ashamed to show you this, but there's rows of purple whole peas up here. Can't find them for the weeds. See those purple whole peas? And I saw some more over here. But they're going to be a booger to pick amongst all the weeds. Things got away from us. Hard to get everything done. Got muscadine growing on that trellis, but the weeds are there too. I'm going to admit it's hard to take care of everything. There's a little bit of squash and a few cucumbers. And now I'm going to take you in. Sun's coming up over there behind the clouds. I do still have a few empty canning jars, but we did go buy some new pints the other day because we ran out of pints. 1, 2, I think you bought 3 dozen pints. And those are a lot of quarts that I don't have anything in. Now I'm going to show you the rest of it. Now this is where I have a lot of my canned stuff stored. Oh, I think I see green beans. I see those English peas that I canned, and there's store-bought pineapple and cherry pie filling. Couple more pressure canners down there. 1, 2, 3. I think I have 4 or 5 pressure canners. There's some corn. There's a soup mix. Green beans and potatoes. I think that's milk that I've canned, and more soup mix. Here's some plums from a year or two ago. Tomatoes from a year or two ago. And I've got an empty space back there. I need to put something back there. And I store my potatoes from the garden on a rack back here. Let's see. I put some old tissue paper down, but it's got a little slats where the air kind of circulates through them. Like that over there. And I've got store-bought stuff too. Everything's not from the garden. What's this? Oh. They're a little cloudy, but those are those French fries that I canned a few days ago. Let me back up. That's one side of the room. I've got another side. Oh, there's fruit pectin powder that I bought. I need to make some jelly. Over here are there's some meats down there. I wonder what I'll have to read on it. 2022 ham, is that what that one says? And then there's some sausage patties. This is over here with some more plums and potato soup. Back up. That's that side of the room. Along with the store-bought stuff, a few cans of Spam. And I've got shelves here in the middle that's got stuff. So that's my pantry. And there's other places I've put stuff, but I think I've probably got a pretty good selection to start with. Let's see. I've got things stacked. But those are my pickled beets that I did this spring. I could eat for a day or two, even on the old stuff. Up here is that's pineapple I've canned. I think that's celery, I believe. And this is that cherry pie filling I've made. It's hard to see it. It says cherry 2019. Oh well, I'm going to eat it. It's not going to bother me. Oh, that one's apple pie filling. That makes something good. And that's dried black-eyed peas. That's some kind of meats. Meats don't look real pretty when they're canned, but they taste good. All right, I'll take you all around my place. Gonna go one more thing I'm going to show you up top. And I may have weeds in my garden, but I have to have time to make chickens with bonnets. That's a new project. I think they're just as cute as they can be. I've done my blanket stitch around these. This one's not done. I need to take her to the sewing machine to work on her. And my blocks, I'm in a quilt block swap, and those are some that the other gals have made. They sure are pretty. Oh, and little Millie, she plays down there. That's where she's just stuck things, her little hands have stuck them up on the wall and designed something. Yeah, life on the farm.